Well, South Africa's adjusted level 1 lockdown regulations have paved the way for a gradual return to normal. As far as the world of work is concerned, this could mean a compulsory return to the office for remote workers. But after almost 2 years of flexible hours and hybrid work, how best should companies and their employees manage this transition back to the office? Linda Trim is a director at Giant Leap Workspace Specialists, and she joins us for more on the story. Linda, a warm welcome to you on the AM report this morning. I mean, if we think about the past couple of years of COVID-19, for any ordinary worker, there have been at least one or two times where you've had contact with a COVID-19 positive person and where you've also had to isolate and then test for the virus. Sometimes for many days at a time. Who knows what the past few years of this kind of regulations has cost companies?
True, it's been a huge amount, and I think that we can't actually measure the cost because we've lost out so badly on collaboration and innovation, which you cannot put a price to.
And now with the changes to level 1 of the lockdown, of course we now know that even those who test positive for the virus but aren't displaying symptoms no longer need that isolation period. How do you reckon this is going to benefit companies? I mean, it might be quite obvious.
Well, I think that, life has pretty much returned to normal and people have a lot of freedom. They're going out and doing the things they want to do. So there's absolutely no reason to preclude people from coming back to the office anymore. I think that we've learned is that, one, the office is going to live. We absolutely need it for companies to be viable and for employees. It's just going to be a little bit different to what we knew before.
Yeah. So, I mean, on the one hand, as you say, the office is going to live. On the other hand, there have been a number of companies, and perhaps there are smaller companies, who have actually chosen to do away with their offices and are adopting this hybrid sense of Monday to Friday, where most of the time you work from home, and maybe once or twice a week we meet at a location to come together as a team.
So certainly we saw that in the beginning, but this year we've seen a big change in that a lot of those companies are looking to come back. But there has certainly been a large increase in flexible workspaces where people don't want long-term commitments, but they do need a place for people to come a few times a week.
How do you reckon employees are going to manage after 2 years, possibly, of working from home, of mostly managing your own schedule, having to go back to the office? Is that a difficult transition to make?
I think it has been a difficult transition for people, but in some ways it's been a good one. I think, or certainly what I've found in my experience, what people are struggling a little bit with is actually the flexibility of being at home some days and being in the office other days. As people, we're very routine oriented. So sometimes it's easier just to be in one location.
And then, of course, there's the issue of vaccine mandates, isn't it? So many companies taking the opportunity with the start of a new year to implement their own vaccine mandates. One wonders how that is going to impact the faces of various offices around the country, as many people actually choose, for various reasons, not to get vaccinated and effectively choosing to leave their jobs.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting thing to watch and see, because worldwide it seems to be the safest option for people. And certainly I think it's taken a lot of us by surprise to see the number of companies that are implementing it. And what we see more and more is clients are saying, we're not prepared to work with you unless your whole company is actually vaccinated. So it is putting a lot of pressure on people.
Yeah. Linda, the other issue is that companies have now realized that, work can go on, even if all of your workforce is working from home, even if you have flexible hours for the majority of your workforce. How will they implement this? The experience that they've had over the past couple of years in perhaps attracting particular talent by saying, part of the package that we can offer you is the opportunity to also work from home.
So certainly we have seen you can get by, but it's literally getting by. People have overproduced. They've produced the wrong work. They're absolutely burnt out. It certainly hasn't been the right kind of work that we would probably want to see. So internationally, it's been a very big thing that people are resigning and trading jobs for flexibility and bigger salaries. But in South Africa, it's a lot harder because we're a completely different economy. But I do believe that that's also going to reach a ceiling. In a year or two, where people are under pressure to be at the office because their colleagues are, they won't be able to trade in that kind of flexibility.
Yeah. So you reckon that we're still quite some way off of having flexibility as the norm in our workplaces?
I think it's going to be very hard because a lot of leaders have gone back to the office full time. They need to mentor and train their staff. So people are feeling under pressure. When a colleague of mine is in the office 3 times a week or 5 times a week and I never go to the office, I do start to feel pressurized that I'm the one actually missing out. So yeah, I do believe that people are going to want to make more of an effort to show their faces.
Linda Trim, let me thank you for your time this morning. She's a director at Giant Leap Workspace Specialists, as we continue to unpack perhaps how the world of work has changed and how that impacts the coming year. Linda, thanks very much indeed for your time.